Hey guys, Phil here with the Backyard Range, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Springfield XDE. Okay, so let's take a quick look inside the box here, see what we have. Looks like we have a 8-round magazine with a pinky extension on it. We have a 9-round magazine with the extension sleeve. We got some gun lube, replacement fiber optic sticks for our front sights, a flat base plate to replace the one with the pinky extension on here. You don't need that. Brush and lock, and of course our firearm. So this is the XDE 9 3.3 subcompact. This is a single stack hammer fired subcompact pistol. We have a thumb safety on this one, which disengages the hammer release. We have a decocking. Just take the safety lever here and push it down, and that puts our hammer in a partial cock, and that should be drop safe. You can't push that in at all, but you can still fire the gun. It is single action, double action, so you can either simply pull the trigger, or in single action we actually have a nice light trigger pull. That is the take up. There's a wall right there, and then break. Very nice trigger. We have a fiber optic sight up here. We take it down here real quick. Should take a look at the internal components here. We flip up our safety. It disengages the trigger from the hammer release. Flip that down. You can see the little arm moving here. Look at that again. So Springfield has advertised this as a lighter, easier to manipulate firearm. So I have a couple of other firearms here. This is the XDS. Give you a size comparison here. Actually, let's do an apples to apples here. We have the same length barrel. But the XDE is a little longer in the hand grip and a little longer in the overall length. They are the same size as far as thickness is concerned. This is a striker fired gun, so the additional length is due to the hammer assembly in here. And then here is the XDM. Their overall dimensions of the XDM are very similar, although the XDM is a double stacked firearm, so it is a little thicker. But as far as the overall dimensions are concerned, they're neck and neck here. Now the XDM actually is a compact model. This is a 40 caliber. The frame dimensions are exactly the same for the 9mm, but we have a 3.8 inch barrel on this one and a 3-inch barrel on our XDE. Give us a little extra velocity, a little more ammunition capacity than we have in the XDE. So the XDM has a match grade trigger in it, which is one of the things I like about it. It's got a nice light trigger. But that being said, so here's our wall. There's a little creep there before the break. The advantage that the XDE has is that virtually all it has to do is break. So there's our wall. Very comparable trigger, but actually, to be honest, I think the XDE actually has a nicer trigger pull. Now obviously the double action on this firearm is considerably heavier, but in single action it should be pretty easy to stay on target. Here in a few minutes we're going to take it out to the range. We're going to run some rounds through it and see how it shoots. Okay, so there are just a couple more things I want to leave you guys with before we close out this video. The first is Springfield had advertised this as a lighter, easier to manipulate firearm. So we're going to take a look at that here real quick. We are at 24.83 ounces. And that is with a standard magazine empty. Our XDS we come in at 21.62 ounces. And our XDM we come in at 27.44 ounces. So it's right middle of the road between the XDS and the XDM. As far as racking the slide, this is about standard, I would say, for XDM is about the same. The XDE is noticeably easier. I would say somewhere between 30 and 40% easier to rack the slide. And if the hammer's already back, I would say it's probably close to 50% easier to rack the slide. In fact, here's our Smith & Wesson 380 Shield Easy. This is the easiest gun I have ever picked up to rack the slide on. I would say the XDE is probably maybe 20% heavier, 25% heavier pull to rack the slide on this one than it is to rack the slide on this one. And again, this is the easiest gun I've ever picked up to rack the slide on. So for a female carrier, and I don't mean to sound sexist there, but I've met a lot of women who can't rack the slide on a lot of semi-automatic firearms. This is going to be considerably easier to rack than either of these. As far as our safety features are concerned, both our XDS and our XDM both have split trigger safeties, and both of them have grip safeties. Our XDE, we have a safety switch here, which disengages the trigger, and we have a decocking lever that puts it into a drop safe. So if you're carrying this firearm in this state, you should be relatively safe. Just flip the thumb safety here and you're ready to go. Okay, so let's talk about the grip just here for a minute. This XDE actually came with one of these pinky extension butt plates that you see on this XDS over here. I don't need that. My hands are what you would call medium large hands. I can go into the store, I can buy a large glove, it'll fit me just about perfectly almost all of the time. That being said, I can install my flat butt plate on here, and this gun fits my hand just right. All three of my fingers are on the firearm, and I don't need to have that extension on the end. The extended magazine gives me a little more room, but it isn't necessary. As I said, I can comfortably shoot this, as you saw in the video, with just this flat butt plate in here. It fits my hand about the same as my compact. Actually, my compact's a little more crowded. And if I were to take an extended magazine, much more than I need. So the XDS, on the other hand, the grip on this one, if I didn't have that extra pinky extension on there, I wouldn't be able to grip this gun very comfortably. It's almost a requirement to have that on here. So just something to think about. If you had larger hands than I do, the pinky extension that comes with it is a nice feature. Okay, now for my opinion on this firearm. I thought this was a great pistol. It was lightweight, it was easy to manipulate, it was accurate, and it was reliable. We had one malfunction with it, and it was due to a flat tip bullet. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, this is a round nose, this is a flat point. It's not uncommon to have a first round chamber issue with a flat point bullet. In fact, I have guns where the only time it's ever malfunctioned was chambering that first round. That being said, it happened one time. This gun has never been cleaned. It was pulled straight out of the box and taken to the range. So take that as it is. I thought it was an excellent carry option. It's got the capacity for larger hands. It's easy to conceal. It's thin. It's extremely easy to operate. So there you have it. I would definitely recommend this to anyone who is looking for a good carry option. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time here at the Backyard Range.